Hi, Leo. Welcome to your January 2021 Astro Update. It's Raina here. So, in the month of January, I think it must be nice in a sense for Leo people because the sun is in Capricorn, and for Leos, Capricorn is your sixth house, and the sixth house is an Earth house. It's Virgo's house in the universal chart. It deals with health matters, work matters, and your daily routine, which means how you organize your time. What is your schedule? Things of that nature. So it's very practical. It's all about organizing and getting, in tune with your body in terms of health. So these tangible things in life. And January, because the Western calendar is beginning of the year, there's that tendency to feel a shift. And we could just say, oh, it's an illusion, time doesn't exist. December of 2020 is no different than January of 2021. But we are kind of like, we're multi-dimensional beings. So we can walk and chew gum at the same time. We can know that that's true, but at the same time feel a shift. It is possible to do two things like that. And so you might be getting like very organized in your life, and this is going to be true every year because the sun is always going to be in this house as the year begins. And I think that you're lucky in that sense, and maybe that has something to do with the fact that Leos are workaholics and very, very tend to be successful and great leaders and things like that. In order to be a great leader, you have to be very organized. So that is happening. And of course, it goes without saying that this is a general forecast and mileage may vary on when these things occur for you, but at least it gives you some general basic idea. This is also for Leo rising. I should always say sun and rising, but I forget to say that. So on the 6th of the month, Mars goes into Taurus. So here we have another Earth energy. And Taurus is the sign that rules the second house of earned income, and it's very much about tangibility for sure. The money that we earn, possessions, but in your case, because of the house that it rules for you, it's a bit different. And Taurus is actually your career sector. It's another fixed sign, and it's a sign that comes before you. And so this can really indicate a lot of energy and drive when it comes to making it, success, your career, and that sort of thing. However, the 10th house is also those people who are in positions of authority, who are above you. So Mars can indicate conflict. Is there some kind of a power struggle? Is there some kind of a clash on the direction you want to go in, and you believe you should do that, and they want you to do something else? On the 8th, Mercury goes into Aquarius, your opposite sign. This is the 7th house of committed partnership. It's also the house of legal affairs. And so Mercury can be some kind of paperwork, documents. Mercury is going to go retrograde in this area. So if there's something that has to be signed, if this is connected to, I don't know, a divorce, or the only reason I'm saying divorce is this is the house of marriage as well, or even a marriage license. Understand, really look it over, because this is the area at the end of the month where there will be a Mercury retrograde. This can be, connecting with your partner. And even if you're having problems with a partner, maybe you're going to marriage therapy and you're speaking about your relationship with somebody else. On the same day, Venus goes into Capricorn. So Venus goes into that sixth house, and that can be good for money. So maybe there's some kind of salary renegotiation that's taking place, and you get what, and you're going to get what you want. Um, it can Venus in the sixth house can be great for um, harmony with coworkers and that sort of thing. Maybe you're sprucing up your office. Maybe you're finding love in the workplace. On the 13th, we have a new moon in this area at 23 degrees of Capricorn. So, all of this combined, I mean, this could possibly be some kind of promotion, raise, or usually if you get a promotion, more money goes along with that. But like I said, Mars in the 10th house can be like your ambition just kicking into overdrive. And this can be a time of some new health regimen. Actually, this is going to be in conjunction with transiting Pluto, which I believe is at 24 Capricorn. So anything that you undertake now can have very powerful effects. You also have Pluto in that sixth house. And so maybe you have felt like your health has been going through major metamorphosis, a major metamorphosis. And this can take it to the next level. On the 14th, Uranus turns direct at 6 degrees of Taurus, but what's more is this is the exact same degree that transiting Mars is in Taurus. So to me, that is not coincidental that Uranus is going direct at the same degree that Mars happens to be on that date. That they're forming a conjunction. This can be a sudden breaking free from your career. Like just, take this job and shove it. Usually I don't think of the 10th house as the job itself, but I will broaden that, definition and include that. But even like if you have clung to a particular profession, let's say you trained to be a lawyer because you felt like it would be lucrative and um, maybe you're trying to please your parents, I don't know. But you've never really liked it. This might be the time when you just break free and you're like, I don't care anymore. I just can't do this. That kind of like, I'm done with this type of profession. But the thing is that even if you love what you do, you may find new ways to be free from whatever that grind represents to you. Because again, that's how I would characterize the sixth house versus the 10th house is the daily grind, your daily schedule. So if you're a Leo person, usually Leos like that type of lifestyle, I think. If you don't like the daily grind, comment below. But being a fixed sign, I think fixed signs do tend to like routines. But you know, every Leo person's going to be different. And part of this too is wanting that sense of individuality. So, for instance, somebody who's in a corporate environment who feels like they're selling their soul because they're always asked to conform to somebody else's standards or whatever it is, their own dictives, they may find that they want to do their own thing. And it's like you may still like whatever it is that you're doing, but you want more freedom to be able to do it your way. And this is true of all fire signs. Fire signs are very independent and they're also very creative. And when they feel like they can't share their talents in that way, it can feel like they're hiding their light under a bushel. On the 19th, the sun goes into Aquarius, so you've got this healing energy in the house of relationships. And by the way, it is, I typically think of marriage or the equivalent of marriage in the seventh house, but it can be if you have clients and you work one-on-one with people. And this just gives you a romantic vibe as well, because this is Libra's house. And not that Leos need any encouragement to be romantic, but I'm not saying, I'm just saying. On the 28th, there's a full moon at 9 degrees of Leo, your sign. Now, those of you who are between 0 and 9 degrees of Leo will feel this in your first house on a conscious level. This is something that you're breaking free from. Now, all the things that I've just said before, it could be that it's happening in tandem with that, where you're feeling like you're letting go of something. And part of the first house is that image. And so, even like when it comes to a particular profession, people can get addicted to this role that they're playing, even if they're profoundly unhappy during doing it. So it's really like a process. It's not just like I'm going to quit. It's like you have to like be willing to let go of the image as well, and not worry what other people think of you, or what the impression that you're making on the world. The 10th house is your reputation in the world, and our reputation, and the first house is the image. The rising sign can be our appearance and things like that. And these two areas, sometimes people give way too much importance to these areas, and I think that we can boil that down to the ego, and I'm talking about the toxic ego that is identifying with the wrong things. And I also think that society preys upon that vulnerability that human beings have in this area, and encourages it, and so, wants us to always create this persona, this false self, in order to be acceptable to other people, as if we need to be acceptable to other people, when really we're on our own journey. And so this may be something that even a Leo, who, you tend to be very self-assured, can still find it hard to let go of. And so at the end of the month, you may find a way to kind of make peace with something ending that is a part of you, that maybe you defined yourself. Now, the vast majority of you, Sun and Rising, are going to actually have this in your 12th house. And the 12th and the first houses, in a way, have, certain things in common when it comes to a full moon in this area. Because with the 12th house, it can be in a similar vein, but at an unconscious level, where certain habitual patterns, they're self-defeating, you're able to let go of them, you're able to see them, to let go of them. Or at least if you're still working on letting go, because this can be the house of addictions and things like that, the awareness that is brought to that area, and the wisdom that is brought, because sometimes things are a process. It's not just magically erased overnight, but at least you have this ability to work on it, because you know what you're dealing with. And the 12th house is a house of karma. So anything that you feel is kind of keeping you in this holding pattern. And I was just going to say what popped into my mind. If you're a Leo, maybe a Leo sun, and you have, well, it could be a Leo rising too, but your moon, if you're Leo rising, your sun or your moon could be in Pisces. But if you're Leo sun, your moon in Pisces, and you have this sense of fatalism in your life, you tend to believe that, you know, things are happening beyond your control all the time, then this can give you a bit more insight into, where does that come from? Or to just, decide that, you're done with that way of thinking. Because obviously we can't control everything, but we can We can't control some things in our life. I remember just recently I saw a list of all these things that we can control, and it was really a cool thing. I should have saved it because it really is. It's pretty wild. And they were just saying things like you can control when you wake up, you control what you eat, you control, and of course, you can argue about some of those things as well. But the point is that we do have the ability to make things happen in our lives. And Leos know this better than a lot of people. But you are the builders. Leo is are the builders, and all the fixed signs. Leo, Scorpio, Aquarius, Taurus. You're very much about enduring and maintaining. And sometimes you have to initiate, and sometimes you have to change. You can't just do the same old. So here's to self growth and to letting go of old patterns that no longer serve you. And I hope you have a great month, Leo. If you'd like to look at 2021 on a um, bigger level, if you would like to know what your natal chart says about you, please click on the link below for my menu of different types of readings. Thank you for listening. Take care. Bye.